hear me now?
I can hear you now. I'm not sure what the problem was before, but you're back.
Sorry about the technical difficulties, everyone. I can see we've got some students in the comments. Hello, Magali. Hello, Fabio and Maya. Welcome. So, Drew, tell us about our focus today, please.
Well, yeah, this evening's focus, by the way, hello to everybody in the comments. Hello, Marie. Hello, Magali. Hello, Amaya. Hello, Fabio. Hello, Car. I don't know who Car is, but hello, Car. So, yeah, this evening, describing a place, talking about where we live and what there is and what there are in those places. We also use the modal verb can to talk about what we can do in these places. And we will describe them and use different prepositions as well.
Let's go.
Let's go. 1 second. Da, 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 da. So the first slide, where do you live? And we can see a variety of different answers. So for example, where do you live? I live in a city.
I live in the suburbs. What are
I'm not sure if that was a question for me or the comments.
Ooh. Does anybody know the suburbs? What are the suburbs? Can you write in the comments? Does anybody know? Maybe you can read the next one, Drew.
I will indeed. I live in a town.
I live in a village, very small, a village.
I live in the countryside. Always remember, for countryside, you need the. I live in the countryside.
I live in the mountains, maybe in the Alps, in the Pyrenees.
I live by the sea, by the ocean.
And I live near, maybe near Berlin, near Paris, not in the city, but in the general region. So back to our question about the suburbs, we have Carol who says an area near town. You're right. So we have the city center, and normally around the city, around the town, we have the suburbs. Very good. So where do you live? Tell us in the comments, where do you live?
Where do you live, Catherine?
I live in a city called Lyon in France, in the center of the city.
Lyon.
And you, Drew?
Lyon. That's
Yes.
That's a very strange coincidence.
How
Guess what?
so?
Guess what? Guess what? Guess where I live? In Lyon. I also live in a city. I also live in Lyon.
Great. Okay. In the comments, we have, wow, Marie lives in Lyon too. Manuela. Hello, Manuela. Oh, Carol says, I live in a city. Manuela, also in a city. Magali, I live in a village near Lyon. Great. Little one says, I live in the suburbs. Be careful with your spelling. Suburbs with a B. What's your name, little one? I'm very curious.
Yeah, who is little one?
Who is little one?
Is little one of our students or an Italian student or some random person on YouTube?
We have Valeria, who lives in Rimini by the Adriatic Sea. I do not know how to pronounce Italian words, Drew. Do you know how to say this name?
I want to say riccione, like a true Italian. Riccione.
Riccione. Great vocabulary, Valeria.
I'm probably wrong though, so don't listen to me.
Oh, little one is Natalie. Welcome, Natalie. We also have another person in Lyon, Amaya. Welcome, Amaya. Anybody else here? Anybody else from Italy? Oh, great. We have Ferdinando from Geneva. Welcome, Ferdinando. So some people in the city, some people in a village, nobody in the mountains, by the sea. No.
Maybe.
Okay, what's next, Drew?
Let's move on. Let's move on to the next slide. My town. We have lots of different adjectives, to describe a town, and we have to like, I can't see my camera. We have to match them together with the two opposite adjectives. So, for example, our first adjective, number 1, noisy. Noisy, like too much noise, too loud, too loud, too loud.
Number 2, big.
Number 3, nice, pleasant, good, in general, nice.
Number 4, old. Very old.
Like me.
Very. Like Drew, perhaps.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 5, clean. How can I mime? Like, I don't know, when you wash your hands, wash your face, have a clean hands. Very important for Corona. Clean face, and hopefully a clean city too.
Great example, Drew. Number 6, interesting. Interesting, perhaps many things to do, many things to see, lots to discover. Interesting.
And the final one, number 7, beautiful. Beautiful. Very attractive, very beautiful, just like all of our students, just like everybody who works for Mayas.
Okay, so now the opposites. We have A is modern. Modern, like new. YouTube, it's modern technology. New, recent.
The next one, B. Quiet. Very, very quiet.
C, boring. Ugh, boring. If you follow our Facebook page, you will see a video from our amazing colleague Amaya all about the word boring. So after this lesson, maybe you can visit our page and learn more about this very interesting word.
The next adjective, adjective D, is ugly. A bit like me, again.
E, dirty. If I do not wash my hands, if I do not change my clothes, I will be very dirty. Ugh, yuck.
Next one, adjective F, horrible. Ooh, disgusting, disgusting, terrible, horrible, awful.
And the final one, G, small. So what are the opposites? What is the opposite to noisy? Let me check the comments so far. Ooh, we have a new person who has just joined in, our student Gérard, and I believe it's your birthday today, Gérard. So have a very happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Gérard.
Happy birthday. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. So the opposite to noisy. Here we go.
The
Valeria
answer.
is right. The opposite to noisy is quiet. Great one, Valeria. What about the next one?
Shall I reveal?
Let's see. Oh, someone has it here in the comments. You're right, Alessandra. 2 is G. Big and small. Number 3. Who's got it? Valeria again. 3. F. What do you think, Drew?
The opposite for nice?
Yes.
Horrible. Nice and horrible. Kind of like a positive and a negative.
Mm-hmm. Number 4. Number 4. Ooh, what do you think of this answer? Gerard thinks 4A.
Old and
Manuela
modern?
also says 4A.
Mm-hmm.
Natalie says modern.
They could be right. Let's find
They
out.
could be right. Yay, bravo, everybody. Oh, sorry. Okay, now for number 5. Number 5. Remember, clean and dirty. Yes, bravo, everybody who got the answer dirty. Well done. Number 6. What do you think about number 6, Drew?
Number 6, well, I'm not too sure, to be honest. It might be boring. It might be ugly. I can't decide.
Ooh, okay.
I just don't know.
Let's see. We have boring, C, interesting, boring.
I think people know the answer.
Da-da-da. Very good, everybody. And one more. Very, very difficult, this question.
Yeah, not much tension, is there, on this question? Not much suspense.
Oh, we have our first answer in here. I think you're the winner. Philippe, beautiful, ugly. Great work, everybody. Hello, Florian. Just joined the chat. Okay, what's next, Drew?
What's next? We have, I think, oh yes, even more adjectives. We have 6 more adjectives. Cultural, exciting, polluted, chaotic, historical, and crowded. And we have to find, what do these adjectives mean? Are they similar to any of the other adjectives? What do you think cultural means, Catherine? What does it mean?
Ooh. It's difficult to describe. Cultural, I guess we could say interesting, old, perhaps, nice. It depends.
Like me, you mean, again?
Yes,
old and interesting.
You're very cultural, Drew.
I'm very cultural. It's true. I am cultural.
Yeah, here we go. We have some people saying interesting, historical. Welcome, everybody. We have some new students joining. Now, what about exciting? What's another word like exciting? Wow, so exciting. This focus is so exciting. It's so nice. Yeah, perhaps so nice. Magali says, so interesting. Yeah. Ooh. Some people are saying exciting could be beautiful. What do you think about that, Drew?
Exciting could be beautiful. I mean, I wouldn't say they automatically go together, but sometimes exciting is beautiful, I guess.
Sometimes when we see something beautiful, maybe we feel excited about it. What about the next word, polluted?
Do you know what polluted means, Catherine?
I know, but I wonder if anybody who's watching can tell us. Yes, Magali knows. Dirty. Hello, Wedgie, welcome. Some people say horrible, dirty. Hello, welcome, Wedgie. Valeria says polluted is similar to noisy, and you're right. Sometimes we can talk about noise pollution, too much noise, and also air pollution if we cannot breathe.
What is Valeria's picture? Is it a cheetah or a leopard? I can't tell.
I'm not sure. I think
it's a leopard. It looks quite muscular.
It's a very interesting profile picture. That's for sure.
Because I saw somebody else has a turtle, so we've got a turtle and a leopard. Going off topic. I'm sorry. How about the next adjective? Chaotic.
This focus is quite chaotic. What does that mean?
Oh, I can see in the comments, Fabio thinks it's a leopard. Fabio, he's usually right about these things.
Fabio has not a leopard, Fabio has a cat, so maybe he knows.
That's just a small leopard. That's just a small leopard. It's not a cat. It's a very, very small leopard.
Ooh, okay. Lots of people are saying chaotic is like noisy. Some people think noisy and modern, horrible, big. You're right. Often a big city we think is chaotic. Many, many things. People, cars, many things happening at the same time.
Yeah, I guess for an Italian example, you'd think of maybe Napoli. In France, you might think of Marseille. These crazy cities with a lot of chaos, a lot of life.
Okay, the next one, historical. We could say Rome is a very historical city. What's another word for historical? Interesting, cultural, yes. But the most important one is old. Something must be old to be historical. Okay, and one more.
The final adjective. Yeah, the final adjective is crowded. That's crowded. But the question is, what is crowded?
Florian says his grandmother is historical. Great comment.
Which Florian is that? I can't see the picture. Is that our Florian? I don't know.
Let's see. Oh, the comments. So many comments. They're moving very quickly. I think that might be our students. Hello, Florian. So crowded. Yes. Crowded is similar to noisy. You are right. Maya says, many, many people. That's right. Maybe you cannot move because there's so many people.
Too many people all together. Nowhere to go, nowhere to move.
Okay, so lots of new words for us to use today. Shall we see what's next, Drew?
I think we should. Let's move on. Next slide. We can see 4 cities, and we have to describe these places. We've got 4 cities: London, Delhi, Lake Como, and New York, so very different places. We've got an example here. Catherine, could you read the example, please?
Certainly. So the question, what's London like? Example, London is very big, but London isn't boring. Can you give another example about London, Drew?
London, yeah, for sure. I would say London is, well, it's a combination, because London is a modern city, but it's also an old city. It has modern sections, old sections, historical sections. But I would say for sure that London isn't small. It isn't small. It's very, very big.
No. So in the comments, what do you think? Maybe you know, maybe you can imagine. What do you think? Oh, we have some comments already. Gerard says London is big, old, and interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, Manuela says exactly the same thing, big, old, and interesting. Ooh, great. Philippe says London is very interesting and isn't quiet. I think you're right. Many things happening all the time. What about Delhi? Where is Delhi? What country is Delhi in?
Did you know I have a lot of Instagram followers in Delhi?
I did not know that. That's very surprising.
I do. I have a big following in India.
Oh, have you?
Oh,
do you know?
I gave the answer.
Oh, that's okay. Caro's got it. So Delhi is in India. So what is Delhi like? Valeria thinks that Delhi is big, but it isn't quiet. It is, remember, it is or it's interesting, but noisy. Ooh, Manuela thinks it's oh, careful for your spelling, Manuela. Crowded. Crowded. In this photo, it's very crowded. You're right.
And I would imagine as well, Delhi is very, very hot. Probably.
Ooh, Magali thinks it's big and polluted. So many people think it's dirty, polluted, but interesting. Big. Okay. What about Lake Como? I think very different to Delhi.
Have you ever visited Lake Como, Catherine?
No, I have not. And you?
I have. It's a very nice place.
Oh.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm. How can you describe it, Drew? One example?
I would say that Lake Como is beautiful.
Ooh.
I would also say it's quiet. It's very peaceful.
That's a good word.
Isn't noisy for me. Isn't noisy.
Let's see what our students think. Okay, Carol thinks it's very quiet, beautiful, and nice. It's great vocabulary, Valeria. It is near the town Como. It's quiet and old. Clean. Clean and nice. Was it clean when you visited, Drew?
It was very clean. I was almost tempted to go swimming. It was so clean, but I didn't.
But you didn't?
Too cold.
Okay, quiet and nice. And the last one, New York. New York. What do you imagine about New York? Is it nice or horrible? What do you think, Drew?
Oof, I mean, I have never visited America. Have you?
I have been to New York, only New York, for 5 days. I thought it was very interesting.
I like Gerard's comment there about New York.
Yes, good one. The Big Apple. Now, this is a nickname. It's an extra name for New York. It's the Big Apple. Modern and noisy, but not at the moment. That's right. Everybody is inside. I think it's very quiet right now. What else? Marie thinks a big and modern city. Ooh, Magali thinks modern and fantastic city. Great word, Magali. Natalie says nice, modern, and a big city. So everybody thinks it's very modern. And of course, yeah, very, very big, modern, interesting, and noisy. I think it's very noisy. Great vocabulary, everybody.
I was almost tempted to do my New York accent, but
Oh, well, I think we have to hear it now.
is it culturally insensitive? I'm not sure.
Accent, 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 accent.
New York is a big and modern city.
Maybe in the comments you can give a rating for Drew's accent. 5 stars, 4 stars, 3 stars,
5 stars,
2 stars, 1 star. What do you think of that New York accent?
Maybe Catherine, you could try a London accent or a Delhi accent. You could try an Italian accent. I think you should. You can't make me do one and then not do one.
Okay, I'll try a London accent.
Uh-huh.
All right, governor. Please, sir, can I have some more? There you go. Oh, look, Drew, you've got a fan. Amaya? Sorry, Gerard. Amaya says 5 stars. I think that's a bit generous.
Come on.
Fabio liked it. Very good. Okay. Shall we continue?
I'm happy to continue doing accents for another 15 minutes, but let's move on. Next slide. Oof, lots of vocabulary there. What do you do in these places? And an example, please, Catherine.
What do you do in a cinema? You watch films and you eat popcorn. Now, remember, in English, when we speak in general, we use you. You can do this, you can do that. We mean people in general. So we have a big list of places in a city or in a town. The first one, the cinema. Next one, Drew?
Restaurant. A restaurant.
Museum.
Castle.
Shopping center.
School.
Hospital.
Park.
Gym.
Hotel.
And shops. And some activities we can do. Okay, the first one, see a doctor. Very important right now.
Sorry.
That's okay, go ahead.
Go shopping.
Play sports.
Eat dinner.
Do exercise.
Stay.
Watch films.
Look at paintings.
Study history.
Learn things.
And have fun. So what can we do in these places? We have a great example from Manuela. For example, at the restaurant, I eat dinner. Great example. Thank you, Manuela.
At the restaurant, I eat dinner.
Ah, good point. If we speak in general, we say at the restaurant, you eat dinner. Yeah, another good example here. You eat lunch in general.
I can see a comment from Marie. She's saying shopping center. Come on, mall. So obviously, So obviously, shopping center is British English, which is the best English. And I'm personally biased, but she has suggested mall, which is the American equivalent of a shopping center.
I have to say, I'm from New Zealand. I say mall. So I agree with Marie. Either one is okay. We have options. Okay, so what do you do in a shopping center or a mall? Manuela says you go shopping. Perfect. What else? Oh, great example. In a park, you do exercise.
At a socially responsible distance, of course. 2 meters, all times.
A bit complicated right now.
Catherine, what do you do in a school? What do you do in a school?
Ooh, you can do many things in a school, Drew. In a school, you learn things. Maybe you play sports. But hopefully, in our school, especially, you have fun when you learn.
Another comment from Marie. In the park, I eat ice creams. Marie, I eat ice creams.
In general, you eat ice creams. People in general.
You eat ice creams. I mean, I do love ice cream. The question is, what is your favorite flavor? What's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Great. What's yours, Drew?
It's an impossible choice. It's too many choices. I would say, if they are all in front of me right now, salted caramel. Oh, Fabio, salted caramel.
My favorite is chocolate. It's obviously the best flavor. Oh, we have an excellent comment here from Valeria, who says, in the park, you can do gym or read, but you can't walk on the flowers. Excellent. Negative. Do not walk on the flowers. Very important. Amaya likes pistachio ice cream. Florian says, in December, I do exercise in the shopping center. That's surprising. But why not?
Maybe like in an electrical shop, he gets televisions and like lifts the televisions above his head for exercise.
Maybe when he does lots of shopping for Christmas, he must carry very heavy bags. So some great sentences there, everybody, about all of the things we can do in the city. What's on the next slide, Drew?
I think it's time to move on. Lots more text. What is there in your town or city? Or village? What is there in your town? What is there in your city? What is there in your village? Our first example, in my town, there is a park. In my city, there isn't a cinema. Catherine, could you do the next examples, please?
In my city, there are lots of shops. In my town, there aren't any hotels. Now, what's the difference? There is or there are?
No idea. I think we need the comments.
There is, there are. What is the difference?
Quick drink.
Valeria says that in the shopping center you can be sad if you don't find the clothes of your dreams. That's true. Here we go. Yes, you're all very intelligent. Singular or plural? Exactly. So there is singular, so for one, and there are is plural. Great work, everybody. So in the comments, tell us, in my city, in Lyon, or in Rimini, or in the mountains where I live, there is, there isn't, there are, there aren't. Don't forget plural, okay? Very important. We need the plural S.
So where do you live, Catherine? I can't remember.
I live in Lyon, a city.
What is there in Lyon?
There are many restaurants and parks. There is a big shopping center. Is there a castle, Drew?
In Lyon? I don't think there is. Is there?
So there isn't a castle.
I honestly don't know.
Not in the city center. Okay, so Carol says, in my city, there are lots of restaurants. Great. Manuela says, in Lyon, there are museums and lots of shops. I think this is a French correction on the spelling. Normally, no accent in English. Magali says, in my village, there is the park Miribel Jonage. It's a very, very big park over here. Gerard says, in my town, everything is closed. Not everything. What is open at the moment, Drew?
We are.
We are.
Online.
Very open online. Of course. Mhm.
Supermarkets are open. Pharmacies are open.
Mhm.
My local bakery. The bakery is open.
Mhm. Ooh, Amaya says, in my city, there is an excellent English school. Only one, the best. This one.
Ooh.
Fabio says, in my yes, there are excellent teachers. Ooh, Drew, could you read this big comment from Valeria, please?
I can indeed. Valeria and her leopard again. In my town, there are lots of parks, but there isn't a disco club. In Rimini, there is a hospital and shopping centre, but there isn't a castle. Fantastic answer. Really good.
No disco club, though. That's
No
a bit
disco.
sad. We have another great comment here. Now, careful with the spelling. In my city, there is a castle. Just at the end, LE, there is a castle, but there aren't any hotels. There's a hospital and lots of parks. And Carol says, post office. I think Carol works for the post office, if I remember correctly. Very important service. Ooh, another very interesting comment. Could you read this one, Drew?
I can. In my city, there are skyscrapers, and there isn't telephone box. I think we have something very, very small missing from that answer. There isn't a telephone box. There isn't a telephone box.
Okay.
Ooh, skyscrapers. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Catherine, do you know what is a skyscraper?
A skyscraper is a very, well, I can't see, a very big building. Can you think of a famous skyscraper, Drew?
I can. In New York. In New York. New York. The Empire State Building. I very nearly said the Empire Strikes Back then, but the Empire State Building.
Yes, a very tall building. You're right, or a very high building. We can also say very high building.
Mm-hmm.
So we've had lots and lots of new vocabulary today. Should we do a review before we finish, Drew?
I think so. I think that's a good idea.
So maybe you can tell us,
yeah.
Where are you from and how can you describe your town?
Well, I live in a city called Lyon in France, kind of in the south, not the south of France, but almost. It's a big city. It's an interesting city. It's an old city. And I think it's a beautiful city. Where are you from originally, Catherine?
So I'm from New Zealand. I'm from a city called Wellington. It's the capital, but it's a small city. There isn't a castle. There isn't a shopping center, but there are many restaurants and parks, many shops. There's one museum. It's a very cultural city, very interesting to visit. And you can walk by the sea, you can climb a mountain, you can do many things outside to enjoy. And where are you from originally, Drew? Where is your hometown?
Originally, I'm from, I can never work out the camera because it's backwards. Originally, I'm from a very, 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 very small village called Ketton in England, in a very small county called Rutland. And in Ketton, in my village, there is one shop, there is one pub, there is one park, and that's it. There aren't any restaurants, there aren't any museums, there aren't any castles, no hospital, no gym. Very small. Very nice though, very peaceful.
Is it interesting or boring?
A bit of both. If you like nature and peace and quiet, it's interesting. But if you like nightclubs and restaurants, it's not very interesting.
So we're nearly finished. Carol says, is there one man in your city, Drew? That's a good question. How many people are there in your town, in your village?
How many people? I think the population is about 1,000 people.
Ooh.
Very small.
Wow, we have another. Just before we finish, we have an excellent comment here. Could you read it for us, Drew?
I can. I'm from Bologna. Bologna is an old and nice city. There are wonderful places near Bologna, San Luca. There are many universities and museums and hotels. There is a train station and an airport. So I think some Italian was creeping into that answer, but it's still a fantastic answer.
Yeah, just careful of the spelling. Here it is for you. Train station and airport. So unfortunately, our time is up for today, but thank you very much, everybody, for all of your comments. It was a pleasure to exchange with you. So don't forget, every day from 10 a.m. until 8 p.m., you can join these discussions, continue to practice your English, and we hope to see you again soon. Don't forget to follow our Facebook page for more information. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a nice weekend.
I'm waving like the Queen. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye-bye. Thank you, Catherine. Bye.
Bye, Drew.